Hi guys, and welcome to yet another very exciting Adobe Audition tutorial, and in this tutorial I will teach you how to control your amplitude levels in Adobe Audition. Now you might have seen me already done increase and decrease the volume or the amplitude level. In here it is done with this panel, but there are some things that normally I do not cover in my other tutorials about this panel, and that you can learn it and it will improve your editing skills in Adobe Audition. So let's get started. This is called the add-up display. Okay, first of all, if you click on this panel and then increase, drag your mouse to the left, your amplitude level increase, or the volume in simple terms increase, and if you bring it the other side, your amplitude level or volume decrease, as the waveform clearly indicates that it is now decreased volume. This is not zooming out. As you can see from this scale of time, we are at the same place where we were before, but the time has not changed. We are not zooming in time or zooming out in time. We are just increasing and decreasing our volume. But if we had increased and increased our time amplitude, then that would have not affected the sound, but it would have affected our volume, Okay, let me just Control G for a few times and we will go to this place. Okay, the other thing about this is when you make a selection, it stays at place, but this pin, as you can see in here, it pins it to this place. But if you want to move it to another place, then it will stay pinned to that place. It is movable if it is entering your display and you want to see a certain portion of your clip. But another thing is that if you unpin it, then you make a selection, then it automatically comes to that selection region. Now I made a selection here, it has come here. If I made a selection here, it comes here. The other thing about this is, if you do not make any selection, I'm gonna pin it and put it here. If you do not make a selection and then increase and decrease your sound, then the whole amplitude of the whole audio file changes. But if you make a selection, for example this area, and then you slide this slider to one side or to another, then only the selected area volume or amplitude change, not the other thing. Without it, the whole thing changes, but with the selection, only that area is affected. You must, it is an important thing to keep in mind. The other thing is, if you are recording, and the other benefit of it is, if you are recording and for example you are making an audio recording and suddenly you sneeze in it or cough in it, which I have been lately doing so much in my tutorials because I have throat infection. It's not contagious, you are not gonna catch it by watching my tutorials, but I happen to cough during some of my tutorials. If you've seen the previous tutorials, you might have noticed that. Okay, now I'm gonna make a recording and I'm gonna fake cough in it. Fake coughs are allowed in the world of YouTube. Okay, so let's do that. Hi guys, and in this small recording I'm going to demonstrate how fake cuffs are done. Okay, so that was my fake cuff and I hope it was convincing and I do fool you. Okay, even if I do not fool you, it was not the purpose of fooling you. I just wanted to demonstrate that I can let me zoom in, that how you can use this panel of volume control and amplitude control to reduce this cuff in here. Now if you the place of your noise, it is clearly visible in the amplitude levels, which is here, it is the cuff level. If I play it, you will hear it and you can see it goes all the way to the distortion red area, which I mentioned to you guys that your volume should never reach, it should remain at -12. Okay, now there are a couple of things you can know. Of course you can go to effects and apply effect to it, but you do not need to effect it. This is so clear that you can fix it without applying any effect. And effects mean too many effects application on your audio form makes your sound waves like generic. It makes it mechanical. It's not organic anymore. So you should always keep your effects application to the audio form to the minimum. Now the other way is that you can totally delete this portion, and but the effect of that would be that your for example, that would reduce your audio waveform size. That is acceptable in this case because we have just recorded our sound here. But if, for example, you have brought in a sound from another application like Adobe Premiere Pro and it has video with it, and then if you remove a certain portion of the audio, that will reduce the size of the audio. It will not it will not reduce the size of the video, and once that happens, the size of the audio and video are different, then video and audio then gets out of sync. If you do not know what audio and video gets out of sync is, then I suggest that you watch a video about that, which I have made in my tutorial series of Premiere Pro, and learn how to fix that. So it is also not preferable to cut audios like this, and if especially you have more than one correction like this to make. The best way is to reduce it, totally silent it like this with the volume, or just not reduce it totally, because a small cough is allowed and does not sound that bad, and it does not reach the distortion level. Now let me play this and demonstrate it for you guys. And now you can see our cough even does not reach the 27 or the normal -12 level. It was so reduced. If you want to reduce completely, you can take the bar even slider even more, but if you do not want, I think little cough is allowed, so you can work with that. So that is how to use the heads-up display of amplitude control or volume control. Now you can control it to remove coughs and other undesirable sounds or reduce them so that they are not reaching the distortion level. With that said, I take my leave for this tutorial and hope to see you in the next tutorial. Goodbye for now.